Fielding, who's behind the camera right now, is putting his car together, and he's had some really interesting stuff. Fielding always does interesting stuff to his car, whether it be shredder fenders, which I won't insert over this. Yeah, but let's go see what you're doing real quick. This is the inside of Slide Life. There's cars, there's all kinds of junk.
Hard at work prepping for in the off season.
Show us this thing real quick.
So this is
This isn't the thing, by the way. No. This is just a random thing as we walk in.
Yeah, this is just doing body work as you do in the off season. I'm trying to avoid the round one curse of crashing my brand new kit and everything. So what I decided to do this year is just...
Is that the round one curse or the every round curse?
I always crash round one, and then throughout the year that just kind of varies. Yeah, what I've done is I've grafted a piece of another body panel onto mine. This is actually the end cap from a side skirt from Julian's car last year. This is about the only piece left of it that wasn't destroyed by him. So I've used, you know, the skills I've learned throughout the years with fiberglass work.
That's crazy.
Build it on there.
How'd you figure out that would actually work? Were you just staring at it, or you knew, or
how
did you come to that conclusion?
I just kind of guessed and then just went for it. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, then cut it off and try again. Or
and you did it on both sides.
Yeah, both sides are completely munched on this bumper. So when
and this is going to be the bumper you use.
Yeah, you'll see it at round one. It should be cleaned up quite a bit and ready to go.
So you're going to have to extend this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, you just got it as close as you could.
Yep.
And this is in tons of pieces. There's got to be like 4 or 5 chunks there.
Yeah, it's been repaired quite a few times.
And that's going to look good enough to run.
Yeah, 50-50 roll. 50 feet, 50 miles an hour, it'll look fine.
Does your car go 50?
We'll see.
All right. Let's go over here. There's Julian's car.
Yeah, Julian's doing a couple of cool upgrades this year.
His car is so reliable, it never has to do anything but body work. Let's look at this side really quickly.
Okay.
I'm just going to walk by it real quick. So it's in dune buggy mode still.
Yep.
He's pulled a bunch of dents out.
Yeah, I had to
Oh.
got some wiring right here. So I had to do some Bondo work. I had a big giant slide hammer. This is from the crash during Lone Star Bash that you saw on this channel. Mm-hmm. Fixed that, you know, pretty good. And then the over fender covers all the damage behind the primer line here.
We'll see that on the other side. You really can't tell.
So just pulled that out. I've got the rear end. We're doing some new wiring. Alex is helping me with that and updating the fuel system. I'm adding a secondary feed pump, so I can now turn the boost up past 19, and a couple other little things just to help reliability and things I've learned over the past couple seasons.
All right, but close the door and let's not tell them what's going on yet.
Okay.
All right. So, all people that are watching this video, this is why we're doing this video. I want you right now. All right, I'm going to show you everything you need to see. Now pause this video and tell me what is going on with this car and why we're filming it. All right. Go comment. See if you can guess. I actually did guess this. Did I guess it like within...
Yeah, you got
30 seconds.
Yeah, you got really close
on the first guess too.
Yeah, first guess. Yeah, it to anyone who's owned a 240 for a couple of years, you should be able to pick up on it. But if you're just hopefully when it's done too, it will be much harder to kind of tell what's going on.
All right, so I've given you all the clues. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Tell us.
So this is now a kind of a mini limo S14. What I've done is I've lengthened the car in terms of the suspension and the rear axle just a little bit, about 1.5 inches, which is going to give me a little bit longer track width, and it really helps me dial in a little bit more grip in the alignment.
Not track width.
Track length. Track length, yeah.
All right.
So center to center, if you were to measure the center axle. Wheelbase. Yeah, the wheelbase. There you go. So it's a lengthened wheelbase, and basically that allows me to dial in a lot of grip with the alignment, and kind of changes a couple of little things that have helped with the way the car drives. However, it made the wheel fit like crap in the over fenders, so can't have that. And so I had the choice. So you may have seen a post if you are friends with me on Facebook that do you sacrifice looks for grip, or do you go with the grip, performance over looks? And it was quite a debate I had in my own head, and I decided to just go with the best of both worlds, what I could make of it. So I kept the alignment how I have it, which is fantastic. And when I was driving it at Harris
Yeah,
Hill,
you already tested it too.
Yeah, I tested it like this. It drove amazingly, better than it's ever driven in the last.
And your car's fast as Michael Van Schellenbeck's in drift now.
Yeah.
He just has more power, so you're going to turn up the boost. I see. You're actually going to be full like grip and kill mode on boost too now.
Yeah, that's the goal. And
how much boost?
So I'll probably turn it up maybe another 5 pounds. Nothing crazy.
That's going to be like probably 70 wheel.
Yeah, hopefully I'm looking for like 50 wheel minimum.
So what's that going to be? Right at 600 wheel?
No, it's making 490 wheel right now on 19 pounds. So I was thinking I would turn it up to like 25 and maybe make like 580 or so. I don't know.
Yeah, that's close to 600 wheel.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that'd be cool.
Okay, show us how you did it real quickly on the bodywork. Okay. Because the reason I figured it out is I saw you had stitched in. I didn't know if you were just being ghetto and using this to stitch it together when I looked at it, but I could tell that you'd also done it up here.
Yep.
And then when the trunk was on, I could see the trunk wasn't fitting quite correctly and he was going to have to trim some things. And then I saw right here, and I knew something was up because we can see his old holes there, and we can see that the whole thing is slid back.
Yep.
So we can tell. So now the back of the car is going to hang 1 inch farther off, so you're going to have to learn to drive against walls again.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not
trying
really.
Trying to avoid them, not get so close, but...
And the wheel's been pulled back.
Right. So just imagine, the whole wheel is pushed back. Well, especially on a Type 3 fender, the back side of this tire was really jammed into this.
Yeah. And you're not going to run these tires, actually.
No,
these are just for fun.
These are just like... extreme scenario type. So these are just
when you say
FD
extreme
scrubs.
scenario, you mean we stole these from Formula D when they left. Yeah, these were their scrubs.
These are their scrubs. But like if I went up against someone who is running a crazy tire like this, I want to be able to at least put one on and just have it kind of an
just
even
in case
matchup.
you steal them from their pits.
No. Like if if someone is not abiding by the gentleman rule in Lone Star with 265 Kenda, if they're running a big meatball tire or our compound, I want to be able to
explain that really quickly. There's kind of a rule right now where everybody's just a gentleman and runs a 265 Kenda and nothing crazier.
Right.
Because as long as everybody runs the same thing, everybody doesn't have to go spend $1 million on tires.
Yeah. Not only that, but it helps even the playing field, and it makes driving together much more enjoyable. So it doesn't really matter how much power your car makes. SR cars can tandem with me just fine, even though I might have another couple hundred horsepower on them, because in terms of grip, especially in drift, it's the same. And now that we run a hot lap style start where there's no drag launches or anything like that, we're doored up on the pace cone, before we take off. There's no more running away from someone, and as long as you're on, a very similar tire or the same tire, it makes it so much better for tandem. Judging becomes easier. Tandem becomes more enjoyable. The crowd loves it more because now we're close for the entire lap instead of just close on entry and then one car runs away. So that's the idea. So I will not be running these. I'll be running 265 Kendas just like everybody else. I just want to be able to kind of have a, if I needed it kind of thing, then I can fit it.
Show us the other changes you've made real quickly.
Okay, so besides the bodywork, I have put in full doors now. So I'm actually really excited about this. I want to have power windows, power locks. I'm even going to try and get the power adjustable mirrors working and have everything just like a factory door setup with the door panel and everything, so that I can use the car as it's intended, like a car. I'd love to be able to street drive it a little bit. It took me a fair amount of work to do this. I had to cut out the old door bars.
Yeah, you used to have like NASCAR door boards that came all the way out and touched the door perfectly. And it was rad because like when we came up and hit you in the door, it wouldn't damage the doors.
Well, it damaged my door, but more than that, it would mess up, your wheel or your inner tie rod.
Nothing messes up the Mustang.
Yeah, but this is essentially how it used to be. And then I cut these off and I, sanded or smoothed that all out with some flapper wheel and stuff. So I'm going to repaint that, and then it'll just be a standard door bar that a door panel fits in, no problem.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. And it did add a little bit of weight. I don't know, maybe 50 pounds or something like that. It doesn't matter. It's negligible. And on a car that, it's not going to be like where every little thing matters. It's fine. So
yeah.
I'd much rather a power window.
Okay.
When I had the chrome window tint last year, it was great, except my windows last year were bolted in, so I wasn't able to roll them up or down. They were either in or I had to take them out completely.
Yeah.
So when the windows are up, when you're
Did
drifting,
you take the chrome off?
I did, yeah.
Oh, sick. Now you can see out of the car.
Yeah, I can see at night. I took it out because I was going to a nighttime event, and you absolutely couldn't drive it at night. So,
did you watch the How to Mount a GoPro video?
Yeah, so I bought new seats. My seats were Halo seats, would have the kind of wrap around your head.
Yeah.
So I could never mount a GoPro on the side of my helmet. Even though I've had a GoPro mount on the side of my helmet forever, I've always had to mount it above or below, and it's never kind of been perfect. So
yeah,
I got new seats that are not Halo, and I'll be able to mount my GoPro eye level.
So basically, you've taken all the safety out of this car to make it more usable.
Yeah, to make it more of a car now.
Sick.
Yeah.
Do you have new wheels for this year?
These are the wheels I'm going to be running.
Okay. So these are your old wheels, right?
Yeah, these are 2 years ago.
Okay,
but I
cool.
love the style of these wheels.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Concave, and they're 18s all around. I'm going to be running these KR20As up front, which I really love.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit more grip than the normal KR20s, but nothing crazy. It doesn't upset the balance of the car, and I just really like them. They wear nicely. And then just, fixing the bodywork. I'm updating a little bit of the stuff under the hood. Type 3 fenders front and rear, and then just kind of updating some of the wiring. And
what kind of hood is this?
This is a
unique hood.
Yeah, it's a Cybon carbon hood.
Huh.
That's one of their.
Is it a knockoff
stuff.
of something we've ever heard of, or no? It's a unique hood.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
It looks cool.
I like it. Yeah.
And when did you paint your valve covers?
They've been like that ever since my wheels were orange when the car was white.
Okay. So it's been a long time.
2 years, yeah.
And you got what kind of turbo?
This is a 3582.
Okay.
Garrett.
What else?
You can see there's no radiator.
Nope. You've deleted your traction control little thing.
Yep.
This is the same motor that's been in here for how many years?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
That's awesome.
Untouched. I've never taken the oil pan off. I've never messed with anything on it.
You mean that's why it's still alive, is because you've never done any of those
I've never
things.
had to touch anything. That's the kicker. All I did was powder coat the valve covers and put a catch can. And then
How often do you change your oil?
once a year.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a 10-quart oil system, and I literally change it once a year. I should do it more often than that.
Yeah.
But
Wait. Before you close this hood, what is that on your tie rod? What kind of boot do you have down there?
it's from an off-road truck, like a trophy truck for their shocks. So they have large shock body boots, and I wanted one that was...
Did you do it because it's cheaper?
I did it because it's silicone, so it doesn't tear. Where like the rubber ones are really easy to tear. These are much more kind of... and also because it's pink.
Also, for 240 nerds, did y'all build that brace on your tension rod bracket, or is that a Nismo one?
This is a Nismo one.
So that's a Nismo one.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get it? Is that from me?
I bought that when I bought the car.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, I have one of those too,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen it in a while, and I just assumed you stole it. What is this? What's
That's
this ring?
That's the reinforcement plate for the GK offset top bushing, or top.
Ah.
See, the strut is pushed out like that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we rarely, like most 240 guys, always just dump it for max camber and move it over here. You're actually to the opposite side.
Mm-hmm. I had
Do you
to
have
out camber because the roll center correctors add about 7 degrees of camber.
Interesting.
So I took camber away so that I'm back to that 5 or so.
So you obviously have crazy lower control arms and everything that are GK Tech.
Not crazy. They're just $200. They're their normal budget control arm, and then I've got their budget curved tension rod.
Uh-huh.
And it's a really simple setup. Like, that's a factory knuckle with their roll center corrector on it. Everything is bolt on. Nothing is cut or welded or modified in terms of me doing it.
But it's still an aftermarket cut knuckle.
Yeah.
Not a stock knuckle.
It's stock knuckle with their bolt on piece. There's nothing cut or welded.
What?
Yeah. You see it?
Oh.
It's very simple.
Okay.
Super easy to use.
Let's see if I can get the camera in there better.
Like, you can't screw it up. And we've had really great results. Dwayne runs these.
How much were they?
$200.
For that knuckle piece?
Yep.
Or for all of it?
$200 for the knuckle piece, $200 for the lower control arm, and I think $180 for the
So
curved
that kind of
tension.
reminds me of how the SLR kits are for the 240 or for the E36s.
Yeah.
Interesting. I never paid attention to that too much.
Mm-hmm.
They're a sponsor of the series too, and I never thought about that.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't run a 240 SX since they've basically come out with those parts, I think. So I'm a little bit out of the game. Ooh, look at this. That's how his fender mounts. Is that the fender mount?
Yeah.
Does that have 2 fender mounts, or is that a headlight?
Headlight mount.
That's hilarious. Wait. Yeah. Boing.
It's soft on purpose.
Boing.
It's supposed to
I want the noise. 1 second. Boing. All right, there we go. I'm happy.
Yeah. So I mount it soft on purpose up front because I want it to have some give whenever you rub or crash or bend, bump.
Well, you never crash, so it's okay.
Yeah, right.
Wait, so those little tiny pieces have been there for how many years now?
Since the car was purple.
So 4 or 5 years?
This will be the 5th year, yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So that means in all that time you've never killed those 2 little things.
No.
On either side.
I've obviously gotten in crashes. You just bend them back. And if you need...
Okay, so they have bent.
Yeah. They're supposed to bend.
Okay.
And if you have your headlight fitment's not perfect.
I'm looking at your fenders on the wall. Keep talking.
Oh, yeah. If your headlight your headlight fitment is just a little off, you just kind of tweak that bar and then it bends it straight. Same with the fender one. If you need the fender to come in or out for whatever reason, you just kind of mess with that.
That's really cool up on the wall having all your fenders lined up like that.
I had the purple or the cranberry one up there too.
Yeah.
But
I should have done that.
I took it down for the Harris Hill Day.
Yeah, I always just gave mine away to people so they could have extra fenders and stuff. Yeah. All right. Have we covered everything on here? Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
I've got all my doors out back too. Like every year, every color.
Oh,
all
wow.
the doors, yeah.
You should sell those to someone.
Nah.
Antique plates on your car, selling the doors.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, what color is it going to be? Are you going to tell us, or is it a surprise?
Red or dead.
When are you going to get it done?
I don't know.
This red or a different red?
No, it'll be like a very bright A4A.
Okay.
So is the paint code, but it's gonna be a really bright, single stage, no flake, no metallic, no.
Like Harrison's car.
Yeah, Harrison's is A4A.
Are you going to be on his team?
He said that if I paint my car his same color,
you can go to Harris Hill?
Drive at Harris Hill for free.
When?
Whenever I want.
Really?
That's what he said. We'll see.
You think he's going to go through that?
I sure hope so.
What if I paint my car that color?
Then yeah, send it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll paint my car that color.
So red with white wheels is the plan.
Awesome. Okay. Well. Oh, wait, we didn't cover this. This is, what is this? That 2F thing?
So it's called a LFC, which stands for lightweight flared corner. And these are amazing. These saved my car.
Yeah.
The other one's not on right now, but they have this mating surface here that you bolt.
This is what the other one looks like lying on the ground, by the way. Keep talking. We hear you.
They're super lightweight. They fit great. They're Type 3 flare, which I love, and they come with mounting provisions, like for the taillight, for example.
This isn't a sponsored shout out or anything.
No,
this is just you bought these things.
I paid almost full price. I got a small hookup, thank you, Paco. But I mean, I'm not getting anything for free. I don't think they give anyone free stuff, even their FD drivers.
Wow. On the best thing in the shop, the RPF1. Goodbye, RPF1. Goodbye, Fielding.
All right, bye.
High five. Brink.